Hello, 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 hello. It's Rosemary here. How you doing? So let's talk about 5 ways that capable entrepreneurs such as yourself may be sabotaging your own success in your own business, which is kind of crazy, but then I see you doing it. Because I'll tell you, I have the weirdest conversations on the planet at times, and I do find myself wondering whether people I'm talking to can even hear themselves as they tell me why they're not getting their results in their business or in their life for that matter, because ultimately the way you do anything is exactly the way you do everything, okay? So I usually listen in, I'm kind of astounded, wondering how quickly I can get off the phone, as there just seems to be no hope for these people because they continue to think this way, and more than even the current error in judgment, is the fact that they do not even see that this is what they sound like. They actually think they are right, okay? And so yes, you may read these points and you may think that you're completely immune to these things, but I want you to realize that if not for the support systems that I put in place in my business to keep me on path, even I would be silly enough to do these things, to give into this nonsense. And yes, I have done so in the past for sure. So let me give you some examples of things that people do. And they're usually very capable professionals, very successful looking people, and yet they kind of hold themselves to this level because they refuse to see that they're making stupid errors in judgment. Number one, self-sabotage. Okay, example. So you think that your multi-million dollar business, or even your $100,000 one, okay, is going to be built on the back of people you're paying practically nothing, okay? And to add to the silliness of the original silly, you are trying to pay teenagers, on an internship, and they have no work experience whatsoever, but somehow you think they're going to build your $100,000 business or multi-million dollar business. Okay, well, do you remember what you were like as a teenager? It seems to me here that you are actually showing up with a huge desire to fail before you even begin. And is it that you doubt the strength of your idea? Because that might be the thing here, or maybe you're a bit afraid, actually. Because how can you think that you're paying somebody practically nothing and then paying a teenager to do your work for you is somehow going to get your business to grow? It doesn't make any sense. How can you? No, it's not going to work, is it? Really? And even as you hear me say it, you know that it's not possible to happen. But this may not happen to you. You might be doing the hide myself behind my logo thing. You might be doing the faceless, nameless brand you hope will somehow your logo is going to sell your products, your services, your opportunity for you. And again, that is self-sabotage, okay? And you're trying to put your short-term gratification and the need for comfort right now in front of the fact that you want to build this big business, you want to have a life of freedom, and yet you're not doing what you need to do in order to get that life of freedom. So excuse me if I think that you're self-sabotaging, okay? So you're shooting yourself in the foot on a daily basis for whatever reason. So think about it. Are you where are you sabotaging yourself? Think about it. Number two, are you overthinking? You're considering every single reality, even the ones that don't exist yet, okay? So you've not even started your business yet, but you're already thinking of all the possibilities of things that could go wrong sometime in the future, sometime down the path, okay? But seriously, you haven't done the first thing. And so you start with the first thing, right? And then you go on to the second thing. I mean, why on earth are you worrying about the 20th or the 99th thing down the path when you haven't done what you can do right now? Yes, I get it. You want to have contingencies in place. I get it. I do. And I know I'm being slightly sarcastic here, but I really do want you to think about what you're doing here. You've not taken the first step. Why are you worried about the 20th? Think about it. Because I still remember getting my first property. When I got the first property that started off my property business and made it successful and all of that stuff, I couldn't have planned for it, okay? I was just kind of testing the waters. I decided I was going to try and do it. I was going to go and see whether there's enough demand for accommodation in the area that I wanted to do my property business in. And whilst I was looking for that, and I kind of made a commitment to kind of make it work, so yes, I was taking that first step, then somebody offered me their property because they saw me looking for a property. They thought, hey, I have one. Do you want it? I couldn't have planned for that, okay? But because I was on path, I found it. So the overthinking thing that you're doing is keeping you off the path. And so even the miracles that could happen because you're on path will not happen because you're not there, okay? So stop that. Number three, lack of commitment. As I mentioned briefly in the last point, ultimately, I demonstrated commitment to my idea by taking some action, even when the path was not completely clear. And yes, it was scary to actually do it, rather than just think about doing it. However, as a result of taking that plunge, even when I was uncertain, I quickly got my business to a position that allowed me to leave my pharmacist work, okay? Now, I listen and I listen to the norms amongst us. They tell me how they intend to do this big thing and that big thing, and on it go. But weeks, months, years go by, nothing happens. And I used to do this too. I was committed to dreaming about my idea, not actually doing it. And so maybe you're stuck there as well. And the problem is that you think you're communicating clearly what you want to make happen, but actually we all know that you're just dreaming, okay? Because there's no commitment behind what you're saying. So you're not doing the work, you're just talking about doing the work. So I kind of tell people this all on the phone, and just to prove me wrong, they will go off and say, oh, well, I tried to do this and I tried to do that. But again, because of that lack of commitment, we can all still tell that they're not serious about getting their business off the ground. So they may have tried, but yeah, it was only a try. There was no commitment. If you are not committed that whatever this thing is going to work, people will pick up on it, and so it will not work, okay? So number 4, looking for the silver magic bullet that will absolutely, certainly work from moment 1, basically. And again, this is an extension of the first point, really, where you're self-sabotaging, because it's kind of an insidious thing where you are looking for, you keep looking for some kind of, magic solution, that somehow when you do this one thing, everything will fall into place and it will be awesome. And so in the process of looking for that one thing, you don't do anything, basically, or you're hoping that other people are going to somehow just throw money at you because you are alive, or something, I don't know. It's just so many different ways, and even I have to catch myself from time to time, because I realize that I'm again looking for that magic solution instead of just doing the work that is in front of me to do. I still keep thinking, oh well, no, if I try, if I just think some more, I can maybe figure out a more direct route or a more magical solution. I don't think of it as a magical solution, but I am looking for that. Instead of just doing the work that seems hard in front of me to do, I am looking for some way around it. And it's like, there's no way around it. You just go through it. You have to go through it, okay? You have to do the work through it. There's no around it, okay? So if you find yourself just thinking and thinking again, instead of taking action, then you're maybe looking for a solution that there isn't, okay? So let's just get into action. Number 5 thing, you keep trying to work it out alone after years of dreaming. And this is the thing, I see people again, weeks, months, years go by, and they haven't done it themselves, but instead of go and ask for somebody to support them, no, they're going to keep trying to do it on their own. And it's just like, seriously? How crazy do you have to be to keep trying to figure it all out on your own when you haven't done today? If you were the kind of person, or if you were, not that you're not the kind of person, because you can be any kind of person you want to be, but if you were already the person that could make that result happen, you would have made it happen, okay? But you're not. So you need some support to get yourself from where you are right now to where you need to be in order to get those results happening. But you keep giving me crazy excuses about, how you can't afford to get a mentor or get this or that or the other, or get even an employer or outsourcer to come and support you. Whatever it is, there's always some kind of reason why you're not doing it. And all the time you're making these excuses and reasons, your time is going by. Time is ticking along, and you are not making anything happen. And this is the thing, I know, I have no doubt in my mind that finally you will get to the result that you want, because I know that you kind of want it. You're just being very slow about it, okay? And so because you're being very slow about it, you have to have the lifespan of Edward Cullen, my favorite vampire ever, okay? You would have to have his lifespan, as in you need to be living forever to get the result you want, because of the speed at which you are going. Yeah, you will probably be dead before you get there. And I'm sorry to be blunt, but it's the truth, okay? So seriously, are you serious about making stuff happen? And are you willing actually and able, to invest time, energy, and money in your ideas and yourself? And if you are, then I am on the lookout for four one-on-one serious clients, okay? None of the people that are kind of still thinking they're completely right and are refusing to see that there is another way to do things that will get them results faster, okay? You will be a person who is fed up of talking and ready to take massive action to bring the business to life. You'll be a person who's willing to see that you may have been doing things in a way that made it impossible to get results, but now you're willing to face all the underlying fears and get to work. You will be a person who's willing to be honest with yourself and with me so that we can actually do the work that needs to be done to make your business work. You and I know that there is more to you than is currently showing up. And yes, the norms already think that you're successful and they already wish that they were doing the things that you're doing, but you know that this is just the tip of the iceberg for you, okay? And you know that there is more to you. There's more for you to be doing. Okay, you want more money, you want more freedom for sure, but you also want to leave something of a legacy and you want to impact people, but for whatever reason right now, it's just not happening yet. Now, you must be done with the capitulating, the conforming, all the crazy stuff already mentioned, and you're ready to show up and do the work you feel you must do while still on this planet. And yes, you are going to get rich doing it, okay? So now, if any of this sounds like you, okay, and you're ready to step away from the crazy 5 points I gave earlier, then you need to message me now and let's have a conversation about how I can support you over the next 90 days to make stuff happen now. So all you need to do is send me through an email or a private message, depending on where you're listening to this, and let's find out if what I'm offering is suitable for you. It's enough. It's time to fight to create the life, the business you want, because you can. Okay? Bye.